The Johannesburg Zoo is more than just a zoo. Our facilities are used for multiple purposes, including conservation, education programs, and staff functions. Let's see who came to visit this week.
Today is a very, very important day for Johannesburg Zoo and City Park. We're celebrating a Big 5 Day with schools from previously disadvantaged communities. We have invited 5 schools to come through, including one school for special needs learners, that is Forest Town, which is our neighboring school. There was a lot of activities that the kids acted out, and they had posters, they recited poems, they did freestyle, and it was just a lovely experience. Part of this celebration included a tour to all these 5 enclosures for the Big 5. So the kids are off right now as we speak. They are in respective enclosures where the keepers have prepared something for them as part of the conservation education. And hopefully by the end of the day, they would have gained valuable information about this Big 5. Education is one of the important mandates of the zoo, so to speak. We don't only entertain, do research, and do conservation, but education also plays a vital role. Schools that come to education, they book through us, and we prepare a program for them. Part of our mandate is to teach conservation education to these kids. It's either we go out to them, visit them on our outreach program, or when they come here, we prepare a program for them so that we teach them about the issues that are pertinent in terms of addressing issues of endangered species. We have a number of endangered species here at the zoo where we participate in their conservation, like the wattle crane, the ground hornbill, the wild dog, the Picker's gill frog, the rhino, etc. So there's a whole lot of education that goes around pertaining to the animals that we have here at the zoo. So when kids come here, they're not here for entertainment only, but we say they're here for edutainment, because we educate at the same time through entertainment.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we decided to commemorate the day. We invited different service providers that are dealing with issues around cancer. Then we gathered employees here at the zoo. Zoo is one of our facilities because we are Johannesburg City Parks at the zoo.
I'm here today at the Wellness Day at the zoo, and we're talking about cancer awareness. So I'm an ovarian cancer survivor, which means that I have survived. I had some issues with my body, which was I had some discomfort. So whenever there's discomfort in your body, it means that something is not aligned. Okay, so I went to the GP, had some tests, had a series of tests, and eventually found out that I had stage 2 ovarian cancer. For me, it was a relief because it took such a long time before I could get the results. And when I got the results, I was actually quite relieved because I wanted to move forward. And the way to move forward was to have the chemotherapy. And after 7 sessions of chemotherapy, I then went into remission. The things that I found out is to be brave, to be courageous and brave and strong.
We are actually exposing employees to different types of tests, even those that are not cancer related, but tests that has got something to do with their health. We are doing a health risk assessment where employees are exposed to tests such as cholesterol tests. We are also doing HIV and AIDS. We also have financial service providers, that are here to deal with issues around life covers, to say employees that test positive for HIV and also cancer, There are specific covers that are there for them. So those people are here as well. Employees are happy. I see the queues are very long, meaning, they really need these services. And some of these services are very expensive that some employees might not even afford because some do not have medical aids. So we partnered with people to say, with service providers to say, come and offer these services to our employees who cannot afford it. So that's what we are exactly doing today.
So for me, the behind-the-scenes tour is very, very valuable in the sense that it gives the public who come on these tours with us a sense that the zoo is not just an organization which kind of manages itself, that there are processes and procedures involved in looking after the animals, in treating them when they're ill, in feeding them properly, feeding them the right diet, monitoring their diet and all that kind of thing. And the public get an appreciation of that when they come on a behind-the-scenes tour. A behind-the-scenes tour is normally about 2.5 hours long, and people can expect to go behind the scenes of different species, and they can also get an insight into what makes the zoo tick and how it works, as well as explanations of species that maybe they wouldn't be able to appreciate if they were simply looking at enclosure labels and that kind of thing. The tour guides have been trained, they have species knowledge, and they're able to share little snippets of interesting things about different species that generally the public may not be aware of. I get the most reaction from people who come to me after a tour and say, I didn't realize that the zoo did this, that and the other thing. And I didn't know X, Y, and Z about that species and so, yeah. Generally speaking, it does convert a negative attitude to the zoo to a much more positive one. I have had people on behind-the-scenes tours who have been quite anti-zoos at the beginning of the tour and reasonably pro-zoos by the end of it.